Okay, we're good, right?
30 more seconds and we're good. It's loading. You are live.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you all had a chance to enjoy this beautiful day today.
Yes.
Please join the three of us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all.
for all.
Thank you. I need a motion and a second, please, to move item 10, the presentations and reports to the board, as the next order of business.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Motion is approved. Dr. Lutz.
Okay, so we welcome you all, those of you who are on Zoom and anybody who is joining us live stream for this meeting. As board members know, every May for the last 7, 8, 9 years, May has been our student and staff recognition board meeting. Peggy's going to talk a little bit about kind of what we've done in the last couple of months to prepare for that, but for obvious reasons, we were not able to do that. We did, however, feel very strongly about recognizing the 4 Lighthouse Award winners. And let me just give you a little bit of history about the Board Lighthouse Award. So back probably 10 years ago, when we were having a conversation, actually, for those of you who weren't on the board at that point, about the scope recognition dinner, we made a decision as an agency that instead of nominating people for that, we would do our own internal nomination and award, and that award was a Lighthouse Award. And the criteria for a Lighthouse Award really is an employee whose actions reflect the mission of this agency, which is why we call it a Lighthouse Award. There are 4 awardees every year, so you have the opportunity to hear about those 4 awardees this evening, and in categories very similar to the Scope Awards for those of you who've been to those awards. Normally, our May meeting is so busy that we don't give people the opportunity really to say a few words to the board, but because of the situation tonight, these 4 people are going to have the opportunity to do that, so we're really excited about that. I am now going to turn it over. Oh, I also want to introduce to the folks on the screen and anybody watching, we also have Claudia Damas-Makalele joining the meeting, and the board will have an opportunity.
Yay!
Have an opportunity to meet her a little bit later, following the consent agenda. So I am now going to turn it over to Peggy, who is going to talk to you about our Lighthouse Award winners.
So I even blew up some balloons, just because it's a festive night usually, and this is not our normal way to celebrate the May board meeting. So good evening, Board of Education, honored guests, BOCES family and friends, and fellow Zoom attendees. Each year in January, thoughts and discussions commence to determine who will be chosen to be recognized at the annual May board meeting. The world we were operating in back in January, only 5 months ago, by the way, was dramatically different than the one we are operating in now. Back in January, we ushered in a new decade, the Roaring 20s, with a nod to a century ago when folks were full of the same eager anticipation as we were for the start of a new year. The discussions about who would be honored took place during the tranquil winter months, no snow days, when we had no knowledge that we would be celebrating so differently this year after COVID-19 came roaring through and disrupted our lives and the way we live and work. But here we are, together in a way we never anticipated, but together nonetheless. Although we are foregoing a major portion of our recognition ceremony, the board was committed to celebrating the Lighthouse Award winners. Apropos to the roaring in theme, these folks have roared onto the BOCES scene, creating a legacy of dedication, positivity, and never-ending pursuit to transform lives. They embody the reason that this award was established, to unselfishly further the agency's mission, goals, and beliefs. Tonight, we honor them virtually, but rest assured that a live and in-person ceremony will be planned for the future. Our first award honors a member of our support staff. Mary Longo has been a para-educator with the agency since 1997, serving as a substitute aide until 2002, when she began her career as a teacher aide at the former Brookhaven Academic Center, advancing to teaching assistant at Bellport Academic Center in 2007. Her current principal, Stephen Reppinger, describes Mary as a true professional and an asset to Sequoia High School. Mrs. Longo is a highly effective teacher assistant who routinely goes well beyond her typical classroom duties to support her students and colleagues. Recognizing that there were students who were in need, Mary facilitated a partnership with Island Harvest to create a food bank at Sequoia High School for students and families. She also advocated for Island Harvest to extend their generous food distribution program to provide breakfast and lunch to students who attend summer school. A consummate volunteer, Mary has taken on the organization and management of the school store, which provides an incentive to reward students who perform well on the school-wide behavior system. She is committed to serving her colleagues as well. Mary has served as a para-mentor for the past 3 years, supporting other teacher assistants in their professional quest, and serves on the school's shared decision-making committee. She also serves agency-wide on the EAP committee, Bright Ideas committee, Para-Pro practice, and she has served as the building rep for paras for the past 10 years. Mary's going above and beyond personality activities are not just limited to Sequoia High School and the agency. She has also committed to participating in BOCES advocacy efforts and has attended Advocacy Day in Albany to support efforts to shine a light on the good work that boards of cooperative educational services offer. Please join me in congratulating Mary Longo and thanking her for her efforts. Congratulations, Mary. Our next.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Yes, Mary.
I just want to thank you very much. I really appreciate this award. I enjoy my job. I enjoy working for BOCES. And I just want to continue to do the best I can. I work with a great group of people, supportive administrators, a great staff, generous staff who help with everything. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. There is nothing quiet about our next award recipient. Her personality, her style, her love for her work simply roars. If Helene is in the room, you know. If Helene is in the room, you are sure to be smiling and likely laughing too. She wraps you in her enthusiasm and leaves you grateful that she found her way into teaching and loving our most profoundly impacted students. Helene started at the North Country Learning Center, currently BLC, in 1987 as a paraprofessional, and the following year began teaching in the program. In 1989, she went to the elementary program at Forest Brook Learning Center. That program moved to Mills Pond and then to the Prem Learning Center, where she will complete her career at the end of this year when she retires. Not only does her personality roar, but Helene embodies all the qualities that the image of a lighthouse conjures. She stands out, she provides guidance and leadership, and she exudes a light and warmth that draw others to her and provides them with a sense of safety and hope. Helene comes to school every day with her whole heart and brings boundless joy to everything she does. Her enthusiasm in the classroom is contagious, and everyone in her presence, both students and staff, benefit from the loving and stimulating environment she creates for learning and growing. Her leadership in the classroom brings everyone together in service to her students' needs and strengths. She advocates for her students tirelessly to ensure that they have the very best care and education we have to offer. And she never stops collaborating and creating new educational opportunities for all. She never tires of learning and continually strives to be the best educator she can be. Beyond the classroom, Helene nurtures meaningful relationships with the families of her students. Those bonds are strong and long-lasting, and as a result, Helene becomes a part of her students' families, and ultimately, they are all a part of hers. Prem Principal Laura Papaleo shared that Helene is a much-loved and respected member of the Prem family. She has been a blessing in the lives of all of her students and to the program in which she has worked for 33 years. Helene leaves a loving legacy behind at Prem. If we follow her example, we too will roar and do small things with great love. Congratulations, Helene.
I unmuted myself. I'm sitting very nicely for a long period of time. I just want to congratulate all of the award recipients and thank the board. Thank you for the honor of awarding me with this prestigious award. I'd like to thank all the people who are the reason I am the recipient of the Lighthouse Award. Education is a team effort. There is no I in team. I have been part of the BOCES family for over 34 years. In that time, I've had the privilege of teaching amazing students and have been supported by a fabulous staff who have worked with me to achieve the never-ending pursuit of success for all. So thank you again, and I'm honored, and this is amazing, really. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thanks, Helene.
Congratulations, Helene.
Okay, our awards this year recognize people whose personalities are larger than life and those who are silent giants. Our Administrative Lighthouse Award winner falls into the silent giant category. Tim Murphy joined the Eastern Suffolk BOCES team as an assistant administrative coordinator for financial and district services in 2004. He advanced to administrative coordinator in 2006 and is currently the program administrator for financial and district services, a role he has held since 2017. As the program administrator for the Suffolk Regional Information Center's financial and district services and distance learning programs, Tim leads and supervises a number of programs upon which regional component districts depend. Acting as the RIC storefront, his services reach far and wide. Coming from the business vertical, Tim is a numbers and data person, quietly taking it all in, analyzing and applying his metrics to planning and decision-making. Ever involved in the details, his director, Darlene Roses, shared that he once presented her with a multi-page spreadsheet with font size 6, identifying every district supported and their associated application or service. Over the years, Tim has worked with his team to build a network of services that serve the region, often with programs and services that Tim has proactively identified as useful to districts. The most recent figures indicate that financial and district services are in 66 of the districts in Suffolk, approximately 170 total districts across New York State, with each district investing in an average of 4 to 5 services for a total of 765 touch points of support. The Suffolk RIC and our component districts have benefited from his industry experience and professional demeanor. Tim is known to be intelligent, cooperative, patient, approachable, and thoughtful. He is an experienced and respected administrator and leader. His unassuming nature and calm manner have served the agency well. Because of this skill set, he was readily elected to be the building administrator when programs moved from Sherwood into the beautiful Instructional Support Center at Sequoia. In that role, he has been the calm voice when the fire drill goes off unexpectedly, or when the visitor information system has gone awry, or when there are issues related to building use. His quiet humor and smile are welcome in situations that may be less than ideal. Nothing seems to shake him, which translates to keeping business issues, building issues to a minimum. His good judgment, the ability to be a good communicator and relationship builder, and mounds of patience and good humor, all packaged within his quiet demeanor, garners the respect of his colleagues and the agency. They all join me in congratulating Tim Murphy for this award. Congratulations, Tim.
Thank you, Peggy, and thank you to Darlene Rosies for nominating me. I just want to say how grateful I am to have the opportunity to work with Eastern Suffolk BOCES. As Peggy mentioned, I was in a different environment for quite a while, and in times like this, you especially get to see and feel all the good work that we do, and I'm just very proud and honored to be a small part of that. Thank you again for this recognition.
Thank you. So, larger than life? Yes. Living life with a roaring enthusiasm for helping others? Yes, yes. That is Luke Mahoney. When he stepped over the threshold as a teaching assistant in 2005, he brought his lively personality and ever-generous nature to the agency. In 2006, he was appointed teacher of cosmetology barbering and began forever transforming the lives of his students and those who come into contact with him. Luke Mahoney was nominated for the 2020 Lighthouse Award in the category of community service because he embodies the meaning of giving and caring. CTE Director Leah Arnold shared that there are few in Luke's company who rival his sense of purpose, willingness to give of his time, energy, resource, and self. You can always count on Luke to have the confidence to speak up on behalf of the constituents he serves, often giving voice to those who are in the shadows. Luke's constituents are his community. The BOCES family and the community at large benefit from Luke's big heart. He has committed himself to almost every effort supported by the agency. Each year, he coordinates a host of St. Baldrick's events, ensuring we top our previous fundraising efforts to support research seeking a cure for childhood cancers. To date, he and his team, including his students and alumni, have raised over $125,000 for the cause. His involvement in Autism Speaks fundraising initiatives brought a whole new level of excitement to our efforts. He produced and directed 2 talent shows, which raised more money than any other Autism Speaks fundraiser thus far. During the month of October, March, and April, he engages his students in applying their learning to install pink, green, and blue hair extensions in honor and support during those months dedicated to breast cancer awareness, childhood cancer awareness, and Autism Speaks Lighted Up Blue campaign. He has volunteered to be the master of ceremonies at any number of annual events, but consistently for the annual Fran Cook Scholarship fundraising event each spring in honor of a former colleague and to benefit our blossoming cosmetologists and their families. One of the most recent of Luke's above and beyond initiatives was to ensure that the students and staff would have access to a labyrinth that would replace the one that was left behind at Centereach Academic Center, which provided a calm place of respite and reflection for anyone in need of a mental break. In memory of his beloved father, he sought and secured funding through his father's friend, Senator Flanagan, who provided the money needed to build a labyrinth on the Islip Academic Center campus. It will bring peace and comfort to all who visit for years to come. Luke is simply the go-to person for organizing initiatives like that, never one to have anything deter him, from planning and presenting events, supporting families in need, and certainly when connecting with and building lasting relationships with students. Luke keeps in touch with graduates near and far and keeps them grounded in giving back the measure of compassion and connectedness. But he never asks someone else to do something he is not willing to do himself. He speaks for those who can't and tells it like it is, like no one else I know. Luke Mahoney is the embodiment of what this award means. He has even become a source for morning inspiration by sending an inspirational quote and or picture every single day to his colleagues during this time of pandemic uncertainty, reminding us that we are all in this together, connected through Luke. We are honored to share this world and be a part of the BOCES family with him. Community service runs through his veins. He sets the bar high for all of us to measure up. Congratulations on your award, Luke.
Congratulations, Luke.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I have to owe a lot of it to my father and probably Gary Bixorn, because one night Gary Bixorn and my father were sitting at Napper Tandy's in Northport and wanted to start a barbering program. And from there, my father being part of the original team for St. Baldrick's, that's how we've gotten all of our students involved every year. It's an event that brings a lot of communities together for a very worthwhile cause. I've been blessed since I've been at BOCES. I've been with this organization since 2005, originally starting as a designer in residence through arts and education, then a TA, then starting with cosmetology, then starting the barbering program. It's the students that have kept me going through all these years. They have given me the support that I've needed to keep going. They've inspired me. They've made me want to work harder. And it's so nice to see them constantly coming back year after year, offering to help the newbies, offering to help me, and always keeping in touch. We have a special relationship at BOCES. It's a relationship that I share with all of you and everyone in the agency, past and present. It's something that I hope we could continue for a couple of more years before I have to say I want to retire. So I thank you all very, very much for this very, very honorable award. It means a lot to me, and I am very, very grateful.
Thank you, Luke. So all of the Lighthouse Award winners embody the agency's beliefs, mission, and goals. Most evident is that these individuals believe that quality, equitable outcomes depend on the collective effort of a diverse, inclusive, well-developed, and motivated workforce that embraces the agency's missions and beliefs. They represent the agency at the highest level of quality and set the bar for the roaring 20s and beyond. On behalf of the Board of Cooperative Educational Services, I congratulate all of you on this much respected recognition. Thank you all for being here, and go forth and continue your good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I did. So Mary, Helene, Tim, and Luke, we're very privileged and blessed to have you as part of our BOCES family. Thank you for sharing your passion and your loyalty with our children and our agency. You're very, very special. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
at this point, I want to thank you all for coming. Thank you, awardees, for all that you do. Really represent well. And this has been a good opportunity for the last couple of months to figure out how to represent well in a very different way. So at this point in our meeting, we are going to stop live streaming the meeting. It will be posted. If you have folks that wanted to see it and were not able to join now, it will be on YouTube, the Eastern Suffolk BOCES YouTube video webpage for others who want to view it in the future. Please be safe, and thank you again for all that you do. So we're now going to take a couple of